Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I will just be showing y'all my top 5 favorite lures to fish down here in Florida. So yeah, let's get right into it. So at number 5 is going to be a chatterbait. Now with a chatterbait I will fish it in the shallow grass and in the deep grass in the lakes down here. And that's why this lure is so effective down here, is because a lot of the lakes in here have a ton of grass in Florida. And this lure is just excellent for fishing in grass. And what I'll do is I'll rip this lure. If I ever get stuck in the grass, I'll just jerk my rod really fast, and that will rip that lure out of the grass, and I'll sometimes create a reaction strike. And just this lure catches big ones, and I mean it just catches a lot of them, and it catches those big ones. And the trailer I'll throw on this most of the time is going to be a Googan Baits Happy trailer. It works excellent on this chatterbait. And yeah, so that's my number 5 lure. Now let's go on to number 4. Number 4 is gonna be a frog. And so a frog, there's 2 types of frogs I'll throw. There'll be a walking frog and a popping frog, and both these lures shine in their own ways. A walking frog shines the most whenever it's fishing the thicker cover and the more bunched up cover. And a popping frog will shine the best in the more spreaded out cover. And what I'll do is I'll sometimes trim the legs on this if I think they're too long, because a lot of times what the fish will do is it'll just eat the legs and not the main body of the frog. And once you trim those legs, that allows the fish to eat the entire frog, and then once, after it eats the part where the hooks are, you'll be able to hook set the fish. You'll be able to hook the fish and be able to get them in. And yeah, and then the other thing I'll do is, so sometimes I'll run my finger down here really slowly along the hook, and if I don't feel, if I don't feel the pointy part of the hook on my finger, I'll bend that hook out a little bit until I can, feel it's pretty good. And what that allows, this decreases decreases how weedless the frog is, but it makes your hookup ratio a lot better. And yeah, so those are the 2 adjustments I make for the frog. And yeah, so number 4 is the frog. And for number 3, it's gonna be a speed worm. And just a speed worm works phenomenal down here. Just dropped it. A speed worm works very, very well down here in Florida. And it's also one of the most versatile lures down here. I mean, you can go from dragging this thing on the bottom to reeling it above grass and stuff, buzzing it on top. And so what I'll throw, there's 2 types of speed worms. There's the smaller version and the bigger version. I will throw the bigger version almost 100% of the time, because I've caught fish that are the same size of this size speed worm. And it also I just get bigger bites from it too. And so I'll throw this lure on a 5/0 worm hook, and I will range from a 1/4 ounce weight to a 3/16 ounce weight and tungsten, and also sinker stop it so that prevents the weight from sliding down. And this is a Zoom speed worm in a Junebug red color, which Junebug red is my favorite color to throw down here. So yeah. Now for number 2, it's going to be a punching rig. And now punching rig is just one of the best ways to catch a big bass down here in Florida, punching that thick vegetation. And so whenever I punch, I will mostly be ranging from 1 1/4 ounce weight to a 2 ounce weight. And this setup right now is a 1 1/4 ounce weight with a sinker stop to prevent that weight from sliding. And this is a 4/0 flipping hook. And this is a Bitters Beaver style bait. And one thing I'll do whenever I'm punching is I will usually throw the smaller profile lures, the smaller profile soft plastics, in order so that the lure can get down the mat easier. And so yeah, punching is just one of the most effective ways to catch big bass. A lot of them, and big ones too. So almost 100% of the time, I will always have a punching rig on the deck of the boats. Now, finally moving on to number 1, it's going to be as soon as I can get it untangled. A Zoom Super Fluke. And this lure just straight up catches them, you guys. I mean, every time whenever all my other lures are failing, I pick this guy up and I just absolutely slay him almost every time. So, yeah, this is in a Houdini color. This is my favorite color to throw down here because it mimics, since we have golden shiners down here in Florida, it mimics both a golden shiner and a bluegill. And plus, it just looks extremely saucy too. I mean, if I was a bass, I would want to eat that up. And so, yeah, I'll mainly be fishing this in the deeper water, or not deeper water, shallower water. But sometimes, every once in a while, I'll put on a really, really small weight sinker stopped. And that'll allow my bait to get down in the water column faster. And for those deeper, you know, suspended fish. And yeah, but I mean, 90% of the time, I'll just be throwing this lure weedless around the grass. And this is a 4/0 extra wide gap hook. And what I'll do is unless like the fish are schooling, which then I'll just be casting this lure and just working it really aggressively on the top waiting for those fish to explode. But I mean, most of the time I'll cast it out there, I let it sink for about 5 seconds, and then depending on how cold how the water temperature is, like the warmer it is, the more aggressive I'll twitch this lure. And if the water's, you know, colder, I won't twitch it as aggressive. So this is my number one lure. And these 5 lures right here, these 5 lures, speedworm right here, are just bass catching machines. These are all, I always have at least one of these lures on the deck of the boat whenever I'm fishing. And yeah, so those are my top 5 favorite lures for Florida bass fishing. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want me to have like a more in-depth video of, like, you know, colors and my setups that I'll throw on this, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll definitely get a video out like that for y'all. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and please make sure to like and subscribe. We are almost at 600 subscribers, which is unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. And but yeah, other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace out.